Cinderella story that every CSGO player dreams of is unfolding in front of their eyes. Isaac, dominating and locking it down on Ancient, clutching his way on the flames of Inferno and making light work of the heroic Danes on Mirage. He's shown us exactly what he can do, even when the pressure is high. Imma, his first ever major, and he's delivering like one of the greats. This talented Romanian entry fragger has his first major trophy and MVP award directly in his sights. If Heroic was the ultimate test, then Vitality is the final boss. Knock this one down and it'll be straight to the top. Shuhei, less than 1 year ago, he was sat in the Academy League tearing it up. Now he's one game away from the Major Championship Cup. His leadership has shown strength and the dream run is nearly complete. Just one more game from the ultimate feat. Acor, his ascension throughout this major has been remarkable. On top of matching Cadian in the semi-final bullet for bullet, he's having his best performance at the major at the right time. Now he has the golden opportunity to go all the way and become one of the few major champions of the world. Kioz, the motivation and hype that he's brought to the team can lift their spirits and spur them on. He has been a crowd favorite with a smile on his face, but now the tables have turned and he must not lose faith. His biggest battle awaits. Let me hear it for Gamer Legion! Vitality's motto says it's V for victory, yet the team still yearns for its major championship. One final game with a home field advantage, and all of that could change. Spinks, looking to be the first from Israel that has ever lifted the major trophy. He has his own legacy to build here in Paris. The rifling star will not be left in the shadows. This Israeli prince is ready for battle. Zaiwu, le petit prince des Hauts-de-France. The chosen one, with his final chance to cement his legacy, to cement himself as one of the greatest players in the game, the greatest rookie we have ever seen, and one who has a chance to go down as a legend and make history here in Paris. Apex, 2,757 days since he lifted his first and only major trophy. He has waited for this moment to come again. He's had to leave his roots and bring in some Viking blood and the new Israeli hotshot to stand before you today. This legendary French entry fragger turned in-game leader could be rewarded with the most prestigious prizes in CSGO, but it has to be now. Dupree, he's been here before. He's here to be the only one. He's here to make history. He could be the one that lifts 5 major trophies. In 10 years of Counter-Strike majors, from the first to the last, he has been the major player. Just one final game, and the Sotri is complete. Magisk, major success comes from the day he went to the stars. London, Katowice, Berlin, the last achieved back in 2019. He's grown as a player and developed his skills. but it's been a long 4 years to be back in this position. The peak has come in Paris, and there's one final hurdle, one that can bring glory to the name and a tear to his eye, because now it will take everything he has to shine once again. V is for victory. V is for vitality!
Вот мы посмотрели на ребят, которые вышли, представление, рассказал про...
I mean, they beat Heroic, who are the best team of this year. So I think that they're showing so many crazy things, and no one expected them to be here. So it's going to be a tough one. That's a sure thing.
And what specifically has your performance coach been telling you to get you ready for this final, to keep you guys in the right shape?
Well, I think they put a lot of aggressions, and they're really strong individually. We need to kill them whenever they have to run on us and just make those individuals. We know we have to do that today, and that's what matters.
No mistakes to be made, that's for sure. Kios, a major grand final and one epic story so far for you guys. Does it feel real?
No, it doesn't feel real at all, but we're here to win it.
And that's what you guys have been doing, winning. Getting that victory over Heroic was huge. But how do you think they measure up compared to Vitality, and what do you expect from today's game?
I would expect an absolute banger, and I hope the crowd will make it even better.
And let's talk about the crowd. Most of the time, they've been on your side, but this time, you know they're going to be in the Vitality camp. Does that change for you?
No, for me, it doesn't change anything. If they're against me, it's going to even boost me more.
Boost you more, I like it. Well, you guys are ready.
My mom is watching me.
Ah!
And I love them.
I love it. Go take your seats. Thank you very much. The major grand final is about to get underway. Family in the crowd, emotions are high, tensions are even higher, and the pressure is on. Paris, are you ready? No. I know you can do better than that. Are you ready to bring the hype? One final time in CSGO major history. It's time to bring the hype!
Конечно, эмоцию Бэнк задал хорошую. Париж готов. Но вообще, честно говоря, вот смотря кадры, которые показывали на сцене, все эти интервью,
Я тут, чат. Я тут. Все равно я тут приготовлюсь. Насчет этого. Сейчас потише. Давай-ка еще раз зайдем, посмотрим. О, получается, это зеро. Клипы. Блин, ну ладно. Так, рабочий стол.
нас впереди. Мне нужны ваши предикты, и будем уже смотреть карту.
Я начну первым. Геймер Легион выиграет оверпас со счетом 16-12.
16-6. Виталити.
Сейчас пародировал Мэджиска Эмиля Рёйфа.
Он сейчас так закричал за его, аж я сам зарядился.
Окей, ребят, напомню вам про фрибет в 3000 рублей по промокоду BLAST. У вас сегодня последний день возможности активации, если вы еще не с пари. Ну а мы врываемся на первую карту гранд-финала вместе с Пчелкиным и сегодняшним именинником. Паша сегодня 29. Паша Нож, с днем рождения.
Ура!
Залетаем.
Всем привет, друзья! Мы с вами все не только свидетели дня рождения Паши Ножа, но еще и свидетели истории Counter-Strike, которая начнется и закончится сегодня. Последний мейджор в истории CSGO. Команда Gamer Legion против команды Vitality. Алексей Пчелкин, Паша Нож Легостаев. Мы для вас...
Yeah, and as much as I want to say that I believe Gamer Legion winning, I don't, but I think it's going to be competitive.
I mean, you just have to realize how comfortable these shoes must be right now. If you're Gamer Legion.
Давай прямо сейчас зайдем, либо он зашел кого-то. О, пошла игра. Пошла игра, разминка, ребята. Есть что-нибудь звук? Сейчас посмотрим. Так. Есть. Я почешу. Могу сказать. Насчет разминки. Давайте посмотрим разминку. Vitality против Gamer Legion.
Chance though, Monders. Gamer Legion, a very capable opponent. That much we know. Tonight, we're going out in a blaze of glory. Look around you. We own this arena. CSGO came to France for its final farewell. C'est votre maison. C'est votre moment.
Через 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Serious night, but we're here to have fun. A celebration on the final day and a final try for these two teams.
Slow start, huh? Slow start. Nerves settling in. Players settling in. With a spectacle in front of us this evening.
Oh. What the fuck?
Hits the dirt, and that shiver goes down the spine of Gamer Legion. They're going to try to press it in, and they do return. They've got Tyrone fighting now.
Shit.
Manages to spam away Isaac. Apex falls towards Graffiti, and it falls on the shoulders of Spinx to pick up this pistol, or else Gamer Legion will kick off a T-side on a difficult CT heavy map. And that momentum could be massive. Poor Spinx, the moment he gets in, takes a shot to the face. Now you've got to do it with 12 HP. But nothing's impossible in Counter-Strike. That's the beauty of our game. But he gets beat by both. He falls, and Gamer Legion will take first blood.
A great pistol round here from Gamer Legion. Coming to the B sites. One for one. He's getting to a favorable first class. Gamer Legion on overpass. Looking to take their biggest win here versus Vitality, who have done a fantastic job on one of their lowest win rate maps, beating some of the top dogs in their last 3 games. But that starts with the CT side. The instant fire back here for Vitality. Usually flawless, obvious in the ethos. Let's see if today is any different.
That scout up, let it sit. Letting everything just ruminate a little. Of course, Gamer Legion comfortable around Util. Definitely could go for that layered approach to the A site. Very curious to see, because Shuhei on the T side of Overpass loves to every once in a while just throw at you one of those much closer than you may expect sort of rounds. And making those calls on this stage with this much pressure, that is going to be truly the test of the leader of the Legion. Zairu's drawn back. We saw nothing towards long, so he wants a little bit of bloodshed within the back rooms. But Gamer Legion can do a great job of just showing face and then Spinx opts to throw himself back in. Magiska's now come and join us. Those B players thinking, what is going on, and are we even needed on this side of the map? 45 seconds. That volley of utility comes over the top. Zairu hits his first target, but Spinx has been sat in his pocket. And we've got Magisk already taking one down. There's the second. Zairu catches one, then the flash. There's Eagle Point Blade, and it all comes up to Vitality.
Usually flawless, isn't always. Vitality win with 5 alive. It's been almost 28 days, if I have my math right, since Vitality have lost the map. Semi-finals at Rio versus Cloud9. And you know what? They still won the series. But here at the major, it's been flawless.
Чего телевизор не включаешь? Она же не спит все равно. Убери вот это вот свой вонючий, который, блядь, на улице везде кладешь и, блядь, на этот ложишь. На постельное, дебилый кусок. Убери зарядку включенную, держишь.
Я на зарядку поставлю.
Ну поставишь, сейчас Далана сюда ляжет, ее током ударит. Нормально будет? Где бутылка?
Я откуда знаю?
Я откуда знаю, я как с этими лимитами, да, ты пошли. Вот она на тебя смотрит и не...
Champion and no vitality, 8 majors between them. Gamer Legion, first major playoffs. Wow. And here they are in a final. What a story.
To think that even within 2023, Gamer Legion simply have not attended any LAN that exists outside of the major circuit. RMR to major final. Looking to replicate the run of ENCE in 2019, but to do it one step better.
Vitality looked to do something that no team's been able to do in the last long while, and that's win 2 events back-to-back. Coming off of Rio on the win, Apex said after Pro League they learned a lesson. They got too high on their expectations and then took a dip down. And since then, I think the #1 piece that has stood out the most to me is Spinks. He came on and had a wonderful honeymoon period into fading into the background. But now he's found his identity that he had when he played under Snappy on ENCE. And ZywOo has a new best friend.
That he does. A best friend that I think he needed because, dare I say it, in the heart of Paris, ZywOo looked mortal when the communication problems were being cited by the rest of the team. We saw little moments, little mistakes from the game. Not something we tended to have to watch unfold, so.
There was a chance here in this major final for dupreeh to be the most winning CSGO player in history in major titles, and has already smashed the record of qualifying to every single major playoffs. Unbelievable no matter what. But when you're this close, all that matters is the match at hand. This is the story at this major, the revenge major. For people like Shuhei and Acor, this is the major of Tier 1 versus Tier 2 and what that really means. And we've seen some special stories, and Gamer Legion making this final has demanded everyone's respect. Twitter in unison, my timeline after the win that they took versus Heroic said, man, what a performance, Shuhei, what a performance, Gamer Legion. You have to mirror that sentiment or you're crazy. They earned their spot here. Apex said himself, Heroic are the best team of the last 6 months, or because of the semifinal, or the second place finishes that they have, the fall final finish, beating their demons, winning that big tournament on LAN. Gamer Legion, I saw Shuhei outcall a CT side on Heroic like I haven't seen a Tier 1 team, air quotes, do in so long. It was unbelievable. And now they have a chance, after taking down their hardest competition, to potentially take down Vitality on home turf in a major grand finals.
Paris, you ready to jump back in? You want to get this round started?
They're hypnotized.
Into the tac pause. Okay, Gamer Legion. All right, fine. Listen, it's a great chance to get your coach in. It's a great chance to have Shuhei fed that little support that he can truly offer. Call this place the City of Love, and I see why. This place bleeds Counter-Strike.
There used to be a time where people got nervous when they played in front of a crowd this size. And it feels like every rookie in the last few years, you put him into a position like this, you get ZywOo to take #1 player. In his rookie year, you get Bit to win a major in his first year on Na'Vi. It's unreal what the new generation of players are capable of. As if the crowds don't exist. That used to be a big thing, you know? Online versus LAN. It feels like those stories have almost died since Heroic and Cloud9 have overcome their demons. Of course, still not one-to-one with their online performances, but the game has gotten harder while they've also gotten better. We've got the toughest field right now in terms of competition. It makes every win that much more impressive. We've got some ready-ups in the chat. And after that eco victory from force-up victory from Vitality, 1-1 scoreline. We're gonna have another buy-up, and we're gonna start the game into round 3.
Good. Let's get back underway. Deep smoke.
Nothing fast out of Gamer Legion, despite them coming in with the buy, of course. They've got a little scramble back towards the CT spawn. Shuhei amongst the pack. Deep util over top, making use of that high skybox. Falls outside of the A site. We'll see what that draws forward, because right now it's just Spinks up there, but not close enough to see that there is truly nothing behind that util.
They do have Vitality curious.
Yeah, Vitality, as opposed to moving upwards, just decide to push outwards. Feel up a little short control, see a couple bodies, everybody on high alert. And Matt just looking for the first fight. Guns down two like it's nothing. Third one falls just as easy. Those pistols, no chance versus the AK of Magisk.
We saw great flashes on overpass out of Gamer Legion. When we talk about them scaling for their A attacks, they put it on display. They were perfect about their dry runs, their spacing. Here, two flashes don't work out well. Magisk uses the pillar to his advantage. 3 frags in the denial. That was 5 alive last round. It could be 5 alive again. And even if Gamer Legion can't win this round, it is in their best interest to try hard to at least knock down a target or two if possible.
Very curious to see how much skin Vitality show throughout these rounds. Apex going to collect another one down towards Monster. No matter how much time you take here, Gamer Legion, you will have the success that Vitality did in their force up. That was all in from the T side and all out with the money.
You know, mentally, I would almost be willing to trade my pistol round for the 2 next rounds. For the confidence in the early game. To show that my opponents are nervous, that we can beat them with anything. But especially in this case, everybody's got an extra wallet in their back pocket because of those 5-player alive rounds. Gamer Legion come into this with absolutely nothing. Last round, we had a 2A smoke fake exact towards the B site, but the search from Dupree was safe. And when he got out, he had too much information. Gamer Legion had no more utility to sell him any bill of goods. And the round fell flat.
I want to bring back up that point I did before our extended pause, just talking about Shuhei as what is now the best in-game leader in Tier 2, trying to push himself further and beyond. Look for the tempo changes throughout this half. When all of a sudden Gamer Legion come flying up through bathrooms, we've already seen some trickery in that last round with the forward bathroom smokes into a close approach to B. Shuhei has tricks up his sleeves. And he will showcase that tonight. If he doesn't, if the in-game leadership of Gamer Legion crumbles under the pressure of the biggest game of their lives, then dare I say it, they stand no chance. Zywoo, unarmored pistols, gonna just mow down a bunch of... And there's so much support here for Vitality that everything goes swimmingly. Everything starts smooth for Vitality.
1 dead in the last 3 here for Vitality as they come into the establishing rifle round after surviving the pistol. That early loss could scare a team, but not Vitality today. And yeah, the IGL could absolutely win the match. Could say maybe we talk too much about Shuhei, but we have conversations about the individuals on Gamer Legion, but let's be real. Vitality broke the bank to build this roster.
Yeah,
none of Gamer Legion have been near a top 20 list in their playing careers just yet.
Yeah, that French-Danish fusion cuisine that nobody saw coming. I remember hearing rumors of these teams coming together, the mix, and I scoffed.
I wiped the crust out of my eyes and woke up.
Huh? But here we are. Or more so, huh? Here we are. Zywoo scours the battlefield, nothing being shown. Don't expect him to be scared throughout this series. I remember during some of the shortcomings of Vitality, Apex saying that he wishes Zywoo sometimes would kind of put that foot forward, would take control of the situation, tell Apex what he wants and what he needs and when he wants to do it. The thought of cute Zywoo shedding those politeness.
Oh man, this is a really tough round now for Gamer Legion. We see the information that's come in from the CT side. They're trying to sell him on something.
Yeah, this flash could be massive. They're starting to press in, timing looking like it is perfection. Double spray down from Dupree. Every time Gamer Legion steps on the monster panel, they fall. Spinks sits behind pillar, repeats with Apex alongside him. Can Vitality do any wrong?
Absolutely immediately crushed under that information. And even though ZywOo doesn't get a kill, he wins that round with his position alone. Pushing into the playgrounds, being able to spot that nobody's there. And the worst part is, if you don't throw any grenades, then you leave it open to the thought that it could end A later on if they walk upstairs. But when you throw the smokes and yet no one's taking long control, no one's in playground, then you immediately tell and corroborate the information. You are not coming A, it is a fake. And ZywOo's push pays off. Talking about him being human, he's somehow not the highest rated player in this major playoffs. Imma stands well above him in this major final. There's actually a real possibility that he can win the MVP without it winning this final. That's how good this guy's stats are. Such an unreal concept. Since the inception of Vitality, ZywOo was the only person to have won an MVP for the team. Every single one. And also, of course, winning when they didn't win some tournaments.
We were kind of waiting for the arrival of Spinks, and coming into the major, their last event, it was Spinks and ZywOo side by side. The two reasons that victory was able to come together for them. When we got here, I feel like there was even that call, if you recall back, when Jax, Vitality Jax, just walked in, kicked the door off the hinges, showed up like a superstar. But there's only one true French superstar. However, Vitality Jax looked fantastic. And then it was at that point that so many people kind of called for dupree's head. You know, he was off just at a child, trying to live life alongside Counter-Strike, and nobody can fault him for that, but his shortcomings inside of the server were also so very apparent.
Yeah, it's one thing to have the longevity, but to limp into the next major, that's not the kind of player dupreeh made his brand on. That's not the reason that he got picked up to Vitality, to have a chance. It was to play on the #1 ranked team on the world, and to be a top player on that team. Of course, dupreeh. It wouldn't be surprising if he was in the second half of his career. That's not what anybody's asking for. They recruited ZywOo and Spinks to take on most of the heavy lifting, but you see games where dupreeh doesn't play well, Vitality suffer. A core part of that is opening frags.
And a core part of some more recent success is that return of dupreeh, when it really, truly mattered most.
You saw that T-side vertigo versus Cloud9.
Yes, sir. Bueno Paris.
And you know what? That wasn't the end. You know, they went on to win Rio, and here they are.
So let's try this one more time. Jumping back in with yet another half-buy. Gamer Legion still yet to get their feet beneath them. Incendiary burns out, and the CTs can be comfortable in knowing that this is a delayed approach out of Gamer Legion, but sure enough, they're back there. I think it's safe to say that Stico has had the best Desert Eagle in Paris. Wonder who takes up the mantle here in tonight's grand finals.
They'll get the last word. We'll see if there's any new challengers. Pressing for Shuhei to come up with this many ecos this early into a match, but it's part of the job. IGLs almost never get the credit they deserve. That is, unless they win. I said on that here in round 6.
Definitely an angle that could catch Gamer Legion off guard. Certainly with support nearby as well. dupreeh dives down, not just catching one. And every time they try to get into these bomb sites, it's essentially just Gamer Legion that fall. Ever since that force buy in round 2. My God, we've only seen 2 deaths since then. 3, including Apex here and now. And Spinks is going to play with his food. He will crush the 2 that sit outside of Monster. He will hunt down the last in Imma. And he will take his head so clean off that Vitality sit comfortably 4 rounds ahead.
That magnetic aim from Spinks, right to the head. Perfect crosshair placement. Vitality up quick 5-1. Almost too much money. Apex and Spinks breaching $13,000. Before we get into round number 7. What's going to be the game plan right now? We've already seen that Vitality on the rifles are doing a great job of taking the space that's not being taken from Gamer Legion. That speaks to their game plan. One thing that Gamer Legion did so well yesterday versus Heroic was the exact same thing. This is what world-class preparation looks like.
ZywOo expecting no way. I mean, the bodies are back there, but they're not going for exactly what he's waiting for. He will still strip Shuhei off the round. Simultaneous kill coming out of Spinks. And Gamer Legion find a thread to pull on over towards long. Acor posts, which means there's a second one to be had. But ZywOo, with the support of Flashbang, has now indicated to Acor that he's coming up. But Acor, expecting that bathroom's peak, unprepared for ZywOo to extend. And even within this 4 versus 2, we get the comfort of Vitality showing through. They will walk out through Monster. They'll parade across this map as if they own it. And Isaac, cowering back in spawn, will be heard as he attempts to run away. The only opening here is Ima up on A.
Yeah, but it's a checkmate maneuver, isn't it? It's Dupree who has all the audibles and took all the space back. Gamer Legion looking for basically a safe place to save as things start to take place, and Ima,
doable.
He's got the angle. Shot goes dry. 2v2 now.
Spinks still in his original position. We're gonna get that move up from Magisk. Ima about to peek. Spinks again, clean with the rifle. His headshots apparent so far tonight. Isaac with the slightest chance of pulling off this 1v2. But he'll introduce them to the law of motion and run this down long as fast as he can in order to get a little safety on this bomb site. Smoke helps, spam connects, he stops. And by waiting for this, he may have picked up the kill, but there's just no time for the plants. Time decides all. And Spinks surviving gets Vitality 6.
And if there's a rifler today at this tournament who could go 1-for-1 with Ima, especially on overpass, recently analyzed the game from Twist, one of his weakest performances at Rio. He tweeted about being exhausted afterwards. But in that game, it was Spinks the entire time who was dominating CT side of overpass. Great on these angles. Playing in tandem with ZywOo. Some very famous Opera Rifler combos taking over on the A side of overpass.
And it feels to me like Gamer Legion feeling that domination at the moment. Yet again, back in with bare bones. Although they've got that op. Apex spots bodies in short. That's going to be Kioz, right? We're talking about Kioz as kind of the star of Gamer Legion here on this stage in Paris. And within the system of Gamer Legion on the T side of Overpass, Kioz is going to be playing these very critical roles outside of Monster, within the short pipes, and he usually does all of that on his own. Him surviving, gathering info, leaving the option to rotate back to B, critical. He's 0-7. ZywOo extends forward, slaps down Acor. That's the op exchanging hands. Let's see if Chaos gets his first. No, it's Isaac. Tech9 connects. Spinks has been everywhere whenever Gamer Legion plays. But around the boxes, Isaac's able to catch yet another. And Apex's position gets cleared. It's a drive-by on the Tech9. A triple kill entry that takes the wind out of Vitality's sails, puts that bomb down, and still leaves them now with weapons. Double op. This is an excellent spot for Gamer Legion, assuming the others can also swing with the two-handed Warhammer. Kioz posts up on long, flash comes over, excellently done. Magisk only able to undo the first, and this one falls on Dupree, the omnipresent, dead in Ima. Gamer Legion break through with the triple Tech9.
An unreal round out of Isaac. His itinerary had no layovers right there. All the way to the back of the site. Didn't even use the primary weapon that he picked up. Tech9 to get the second frag. And you could see that ZywOo was in jeopardy of getting swarmed. A slower pace round would have allowed him to fall back. But after the opening duel, a great flash out of Gamer Legion instead of jumping on an Opera and potentially getting multi-fragged. And that patience, but that conviction is exactly what won him that round. A tip of the hat here to Isaac, who had a scary moment in this playoffs. A 4-17 game, something like that, to kick things off, but brought it back when they needed it. Won the series.
Yeah, most would never be seen again.
And it has been a story of headshots with Gamer Legion. From front to back. Whether it's Ima or anyone else. I swear, even Acor gets too many headshots.
Just playing the game on hard.
Now we'll see if this is a round that Vitality could afford to lose, of course. The fact that they won so cleanly in those previous rounds comes into factor now. Gamer Legion know they're rich.
To press out. Apex goes up. Ooh, sound.
Now
I wanted to highlight Kiosk for moments exactly like this, but if I can see it, so can Apex. So he drops the nade on Kiosk, and he just moved out. And his spray not good enough for the second. But still dropping Dupree, something to work with. Wallbang damage going back and forth. And Isaac shuts the door to go and join his teammates up on A. We've got ZywOo stuck in. Excuse me, Sphinx stuck. Molly on his feet. Flash comes out, perfectly timed. It's a bit delayed, but ZywOo is there to save him.
Oh, and he has a escape shoot here as he goes out towards long. Oh, okay. With one bullet, it's not to the head, but it's a low HP player worked on earlier by Kiosk.
Up fight. ZywOo's ready, but A-Core bests him. And now Apex is left to clutch. They're close, so close, point blank. He shoots, it's so damn close. Pistol! Just the pistol is all he needs.
El Capitan takes him down in one messy 1v2, but he slurped it all up. He loved every little bit of that.
Listen,
it wouldn't be Apex if it wasn't messy.
This Counter-Strike's not always beautiful, but by God, is it glorious. Critical 1v2.
The Dupree reaction says it all, and ooh, A-Core knows he had a chance, but he wished he was on the rifle. But more importantly, he had that op stuck down his throat right there at the top of stairs. And while he out-dueled ZywOo, missed a follow-up.
Ooh. Gamer Legion, tough spot. Luckily for them, they won that round with just the Tech-9s. It's the only reason they afford such a healthy buy-up here and now.
Yeah, good point.
If not, full hard reset. We're talking 10-2. Vitality don't even look in the rearview mirror. They run away with this. Gamer Legion, you've got to do it again. But yet to prove that they can even do this with rifles. If it's not Isaac holding W and tapping left click as he flies through that defense on A, then what do you have? Every time they've hit this bomb site, they've been met by multi-kills in abundance. Now, Magis gives up his original angle. Dupree's gonna hold on to this pillar, and he feels comfortable for a second. So much so that he goes in and drops Shuhei 3 before that gun goes dry. Chance to shine again, but not at the hands of Apex.
Let's talk about the counter pressure, the flashbangs out of Vitality. Every single player flashed, every single player hand over face as one swings. And those flash assists have been key throughout this half.
Come on. At least once this weekend. Come on!
Don't give up.
You only lose when you quit.
And that's it. Back to Tech-9s here for Gamer Legion. Picture clear as day to Vitality at this point. And another flash assist in the kill feed.
Yeah. Sphinx. Not gonna... Ooh, okay! Feeling the wrath with a quick flick, just getting him warmed up too. Plenty of rounds left for ZywOo to shine. But that one was his 11th. Flashiest one yet.
That was the surgery we paid to see. What an incision out of ZywOo. Shuhei up to the bat. And oh my God, a double deagle.
What? He slips in on long and just shatters the defense. There are weapons to be had, util to be picked up. Unfortunately for him, bomb is still so far away. Things are about to get weird.
And he can delay for so long in this position. It's going to be such a hard position to read. Vitality with the time bleeding down right now will be just as confused as A-Core.
Yeah, great highlight.
Oh my God.
The only kits are on the floor of A, and A-Core gets exactly what he needs. The bomb is spotted, and Shuhei still hunting. A-Core gonna take his time.
Was this a mistake made?
Wait, hold up. Shuhei's still above. You can see that Magisk starts to get nervous, worried, because of the fact that there's all of a sudden no action down on B. Bomb is now planted, and we've got ourselves a clutch with a nade that goes deep and doesn't find its mark. It's M4A1S versus A1S. And Magisk, where is he? Down beneath you! And and yet it's Magisk's body that falls. A-Core taking bomb and rotating all the way back into that B site, exactly what Gamer Legion needed.
Ooh, man, there was a chance there for Dupree to shut that down. Took the fight as A-Core was swinging out, and a great kill. The opening round was fantastic here for Vitality, but the answer back from Shuhei, we have to talk about that. 2 Deagle kills, right on the money, and he took down the star player with his first one. They had a gap on long, he exposed it, and sends a lifeline here to Gamer Legion as they pick up their third and finally get through the majority of income that Vitality have built up on those flawless anti-ecos.
Spinks has been so good for multi-kills. Just not possible with the lesser weaponry.
Yeah. Now we do have better guns here from Gamer Legion, but there are still pretty solid weapons on 3 out of 5 players for Vitality. Kia's in a dangerous spot.
Yeah, and always on his own. A-Core's about to join him, but still so many paces back that this pistol could get away with a headshot. It'll boil down to timing. As the utility burns the front bathrooms, there's again no movement behind this.
Yeah, this is a lock-off. A real test of patience here. The attack will finally give up.
Dupree just waiting point blank. We've got Apex tucked to help either end, and Magisk hears the rumblings of the commitment, but back's turned, gives Apex the immediate trade. Now the bomb site still belongs to Apex's angles, and ZywOo has managed to rotate before, the smoke goes up, but they cross at that perfect moment. Another gimmick, another chance, but it's a little bit delayed. They've got to catch them. He's right there, spotted and dealt with. Apex puts up the boost in the perfect moment. They still don't know where ZywOo's at. And Kiaz has got away into the crypts by this B site. ZywOo finds him. Shuhei, not this time. If it's not pistols, then it's not Gamer Legion.
And that's where ZywOo shows you it's the great awareness on top of the fantastic reflexes and clutch plays that brings him kills. That brings him to the top of scoreboards over and over again. So hard to read a boost and a retake in vision like that. Right. So it was imperative that Vitality assembled it quickly. They did that.
I would like to say as well, imperative that Apex survives in order to put up that boost. And when he got that first kill, when he got contact crossing towards water, I've seen moments where Apex sticks around for a fight. But Apex didn't fight again. He went for the boost.
I'll say yesterday, that was a moment. Man, versus Apex, the other Apex. We saw some rounds out of him and Dupree that made you wonder, are they feeling confident? Because they were looking desperate. But they showed up in their suits today, ready to play, taking every inch seriously.
The buyback in for Gamer Legion. What do they throw at us now?
Yeah. Man, between the two pairs right now of Apex and Magisk, Spinks and ZywOo, unreal performances overall. That's both sides of the map locked down.
Emo wants an entry. We have not had to talk about him so far on this map. Ooh, there it is. Speak of the devil. He spins up a little dust outside the B site.
Oh, man.
Gets the CT scrambling. Spinks. He's going to drop Shuhei. Second is his. So consistently in those multi-kills that Gamer Legion constantly reel back from him. ZywOo's right-hand man surpasses him in this moment. 16 kills to Spinks' name. And more to be had. Yet again with the headshot, Ema peeks next, finally puts him down. The only person so far for the Gamer Legion that's brought back anything in this one. But we've left ZywOo off on his own accord. A man who feels like so much more than one. Of course, this just allows Vitality to leave both bomb sites anchored. They're just using the Woo as that middle point. Put forth your best champion, says Vitality. They've done that, but he gets caught by timing. Surprised, and maybe given too much responsibility. Now this plan still works, assuming the site guy can pull off what he has to. In this case, it is Apex. In this case, bomb crosses, but exposed. And Apex yet again places perfectly. A-Core's movement can't bail him out. A bona fide Bonaparte as he sits on long and calls it perfectly, comfortably. Vitality lead 10-3.
It wouldn't be Apex if he didn't take some kind of risk, but here it was calculated. Crossing from Dice to long, very hard to read that setup with Apex, or sorry, with Sphinx. And so he knew, once they didn't get to the outsides of bathrooms fast enough, he had one locked in. They didn't have time to split long on him. Fantastic move from the captain. Zaiwu goes in for another opener. Blind and flashback, another Tech 9 round here out of Gamer Legion. Round 14.
Ooh, sick nade. Oof. More pressure.
Oh, they were doing such a good job of finding out when.
It's almost like when we saw Kiosk tucked in that corner and Apex's grenade almost falls on him. You know, we can tout Shuhei as being a great in-game leader, but Apex has the support of Zonic behind him. And figuring out these trends and consistencies out of Gamer Legion, I think, has been apparent outside of that B site.
I respect this call because sometimes you can wait patiently, try to go again. But if you know you've been found out, willing to go through the hard work of working on map control again is admirable. Might not be any either on this side of the site, but we'll see what takes place.
Ooh, this is one of those moments where Zaiwu could go so far above and beyond, but he plays it humbly. Picks off one, falls back, gives a little space for his teammates to flex those AKs. But he's also not going to give you too much space. Apex is low. We've got multiple bodies back in these bank positions, and yet still the retake continues smoothly enough thus far. Nicely timed on the peak. The double tech 9 out of Isaac yet again. Last time, he nailed 3. And this time, it's enough to offer up another. Gamer Legion on these pistols, into the rifle, goes back for second servings. Time is ticking, and he's desperate. So desperate that he gives it up to Dupree.
Ooh, another crazy moment and a close call from Gamer Legion. They almost make it happen on the A site. Glad to see a smile on Isaac's face. It comes close. But these messy sprays, I'm not jealous of the pressure that they're under. And there will be diamonds made tonight, and Cole left in its wake. One last round here, round 15 for Gamer Legion to put up 4. And you have to genuinely believe there's a chance at this comeback. CT side can be very favorable. Vitality know they want this 12th. They'll be every bit as nervous now as they were in round 14.
Ooh, quick dink. Not a problem for Spinks. 18 kills in this first half already.
They're so good at hunting down this opening duel that lets you know what the idea was. He was trying to cheat a timing there inside of the staircase, looking to get up top. Even fortification here from Vitality.
Oh, this could be his. Finally a moment. Finally a chance. Kia's double. We've seen Vitality get away with so many of these mid-round moments. The Kios gets his chance to shine. He has 3 kills this half, and you just saw 2 on the press out through Monster, but it is better late than never. And he could go one step further here now versus Apex. Soon that smoke will fade, and he falls yet within it. But that's fine, because Shuhei will try this again. The same spot that nailed that double deagle, the same opening that put Gamer Legion on the board will be attempted yet once more in the dying moments of this T-side. Shuhei has found the opening. We're equal. Bomb has to cross, and he's lost his support in the meantime. But now he comes back up with his hands on the AK and a chance to fade back as op shots wail through those boxes. Shuhei slips away. The leader of the Legion versus Apex and the Wu. And there's a bit of space offered up from both sides, but now time decides. We're beyond that halfway point. Smoke goes, tap on bomb. Shuhei nails the first kill. Zaiwu taps it yet again, but it is Shuhei to close. Gamer Legion with a lifeline, with a chance, with a 4-round half. And so we're back in the A-Core arena with Vitality leading comfortably after their CT side, but on the most CT-sided map that we have in CSGO. So Gamer Legion on their map choice will now be given a chance. A chance at greatness, at glory, at a comeback that would silence this place. Paris, are you ready?
Let's do it then.
Back into the action. Whew. Great chance for Vitality after that one. You've got to think, you know, how much pressure is on their shoulders jumping into the server today with everybody here cheering for them. Gamer Legion, this will be a tale of an upset, the biggest upset in CSGO history at a major.
The magic of Gamer Legion is getting 55% T sides. No one can do that. They do better even on CT side, but they failed their T side. Their pistol rounds 40% of the time. They win those and still manage to win these maps. That's how good they are at Overpass, but it's been an abysmal start compared to some of their other games. They put away 8 teams in a row, Ents being one of them. And now 4v5 down in a pistol to bring 12. Zonic hates this scoreline. Zaiwu says, I'm going to help you out.
Yeah, how about a quick little entry and a great chance at a second, but he bails back. Apex tries his best Shuhei impression, can't slide out long, but it's not over towards this A site where Zaiwu and Apex have been seen. that things are truly unfolding. Acor will attempt to press up, wary of his flank because ZywOo has already shown face. And speaking of it, two get torn right off. Now this is no longer the stick. Shuhei comes off of that defuse. ZywOo has a hell of a chance here. And all the CTs turning towards his teammate. Deal with him on long. It is a wonderful 4K.
And that's Shuhei, the 4-time, gets 4 on the pistol, closing out the last half with a 1v2. And now taking matters into his own hands. An unbelievable rifle IGL to make a name for him in both roles.
Yo, write down that number.
Okay.
Oh my, no! For Gaiman! For glory! A magical moment in Paris!
Don't stop believing!
You only lose when you give up. And that's what Gamer Legion need to realize too. Do not give up. And fight for this. Shuhei. He'll drop Dupree.
Can we take a pause for a second? What just happened? The odds of that going down. Oh my God. But the players in the server have no idea what has just taken place.
Apex just assumes that was for him.
Yeah, and right now, this could be his round. Yeah, that's, Isaac swings out.
Ima's coming though.
And we've got Ima, you know, who we haven't seen much from just yet. Have an opportunity to frag, but the shot goes back.
Two backing for Vitality. Kios just can't finish it. Launders, they've done it again.
2 pistols and 2 failed conversions on overpass for Gamer Legion. 40% of the time they win the pistol, and in this map they won both and still could not convert. They need to borrow some money from the guy who won that night because they are poor.
Already with so much stacked against you. 2 pistol round wins, 2 force buy losses.
What a shot by Apex though, he's got that dog in him.
To believe Gamer Legion could do this to begin with was always going to take something a little special. Oh man, and Spinks is not slowing down. His 20th thus far, and plenty more where that one came from. Quick peek off of water. Pistols definitely within that range of lethality. And Apex making the FAMIS look good, as do all the French.
Oh, they try to cut off rotations here. Apex throws his incendiary, and it will for a second. But we've got one straggler. Dupree up front. Isaac with an opportunity. Dupree. Oh, he goes down. A minute up on the clock, but 2v3 here for Vitality.
Just sit back, relax, don't throw away this moment. Isaac knows his time is limited, but Acor offers yet again, and the Gamer Legion will not fall without a fight.
Oh, and Isaac puts up one hell of a wall. That was full commitment out of Vitality towards the B site. They didn't have protocols in place to get them ready for the A attack. If the lead was there earlier, there was a chance for them to change the game plan. But how could they prepare for that? After Eco and Gamer Legion, they get a taste of their own medicine, and the game becomes alive again.
Man, we need a counter on Isaac of how many of kills come through with either Tech 9s, Desert Eagles on these half-buys.
Yep.
And when you think about the fact that those rounds are the majority of what Gamer Legion have picked up on top of their 2 vanilla pistol round wins, essentially Isaac's 17 kills mean more than anything for Gamer Legion. It's not sustainable.
Isaac it's not sustainable. Isaac top of the board is not one of the storylines that we have from the stats that we've seen. We aren't getting this match out of IM. We aren't getting this match out of Kios. Kios was somebody I thought walking into quarters versus Monty. Oh man. Either he's absorbs this presence, all the fans in the crowd as a French-speaking player, or he crumbles underneath it, and he didn't. He stood up to the test, and he helped destroy Monty. But it looks like it's a different day now. The one team that has more fans than him.
For once. course, Vitality's still in a comfortable enough position. Buyback instantly. We've not seen momentum fall out of the hands of Vitality. They scoff at your pistol round wins. Ooh, quick chase out of Spinks, but love that. Re-aggression comes in. Kiosk, you want to fight?
Oh,
he'll give you one.
A perfect disengage, yeah. Eats the flash, but gets away. I am. They know he plays bathrooms. He needs to be a star today. He needs to.
Oh,
but he can't get this one.
Shoulder gets spotted. Zywoo takes the head off.
This star's too bright.
And look how quick that forward pack of players starts rolling outwards. Although it does create this awkward timing here for Acor. And little does he realize, time limited. But he keeps his head on a swivel, and that could be the end of him. Apex lines it up, takes his extra second. Not wanting to drop the chance at unraveling that long hold. Gamer Legion with the force buy victory. But can they hang on? Already down by 2, already with Vitality knocking on the door of this A site. The rampage comes forward and Isaac cannot hold them all. Vitality will not be stopped.
That ball keeps rolling. Now Gamer Legion fast to rotate. They did what they could with the players to put them in the best positions. And Acor's angle, you know, it looked weird because there was a late long play from Vitality, but that was just a smart move out of Apex as they were coming in for top bathrooms, just in case he decided to make a pocket play like that. So Apex does the job by covering everything. But Vitality do sometimes move too timidly on T sides, and even versus Heroic, when Gamer Legion were calling against them, they moved as fast as Heroic, who are the quickest team to go for a gamble stack, a re-aggression, map control. Gamer Legion were on their toes. So you better believe they're willing to do the same thing to Vitality, who can sometimes suffer from too many optimizations.
Ooh, a great chance. Instant deletion of Dupree. Magisk up next, able to recover. Vengeance for his Danish brother, Spinks, posted, awaits Kiosk, who has been friendly with these peaks into short, who is trying to replicate that aggression on the defense. And Gamer Legion need their heroes as Acor gets his off the top of that connector. It's pressed down now, falls into the hands of Shuhei, who we have seen in some of the most magical moments of Gamer Legion's first map so far.
Yeah. Multiple round wins to his name.
Waiting for yet another chance to shine, to take it away from Vitality, who sits inside of the site and gives him just the barrel, the smallest signal, the tiniest thread to pull on. Shuhei slides, Apex drops him, and with this, it seems as though Vitality, sure enough, have locked in 14.
You can only strike gold so often. And these pistoling rounds, like you talk about, not sustainable. It's a sign of nervousness to be able to hit your shots there, but not with the better guns. And right now, that is what they've got. 2 pistols, multiple egos. Fantastic display of Deagle kills. But this is a thorough beating out of Vitality on Gamer Legion. Gamer Legion's closest loss, their one loss in the last 3 months on this map out of nearly 15 is a 14-16.
Is this the moment that the pressure has got to them?
It seems like it might be finally real.
Reality sinks in. Acor said it himself this morning publicly that he woke up from a dream where he was suddenly in the grand finals of a major and the arena was named after him. Well, that dream has become a nightmare in this first map. The reality of the situation sinks in. You trail by 8 rounds in the final match of the Paris Major. Of the final major for CSGO.
I know in the post game we're talking about Spinks on these T sides. He's so focused right now, he would have noticed if his hair was on fire. He has been sharp, covering every angle, and credit to Apex. So many keys plays in these last 21. But idea's still here for the Legion.
like this off angle. Shuhei over towards the short end with just the smaller pistols. It's such a tough spot for the other players, but if there's anybody, it needs to be Acor. The singular landmine in the back line of Gamer Legion's B-bomb site. They sit and wait.
Zaiwu's been a surgeon, but so has he. But still, really waiting for that moment.
Peek, and nothing. Ima on the retreat, fades back into Bank. A shadow of himself in terms of the performances that we've gotten thus far throughout the major. Easy bomb plant for Vitality. No challenge, no contest, no kills for the CTs. Nor the Ts. Acor can leave if he so chooses to. But of course, that would give so many rounds for Vitality to close it with. Why not throw the Hail Mary? Do not play to simply get to the next one. Play to win. And so they'll start to feed these pistols out. There's the singular trade. The only one the Gamer Legion will be able to fall onto. Vitality leave no stone unturned.
28 days since Vitality have lost the map, and they're looking to make it 29. A win like this on Overpass speaks volume for the series. Not dropping a single game so far this major. A team that, even though they won the last event, for the real hardcore CSGO fans knew that meant they have an outside chance of winning this entire thing. Na'Vi, Heroic, G2. Teams here that could easily make a final.
And that bad omen of winning the last event before the major just to lose the major seems to be lifted. Magisk as rapid as possible. Rapid even inside of the bomb site, but blind. And there's the recovery from Apex and Dupree. Vitality simply smash their way into that B bomb site. And we will be left in a 2 versus 2 with the stars of Gamer Legion hoping to align versus the questionable individuals of Vitality. Can Apex and Dupree close? With that shot, it seems, sure enough, with this push, time dwindling away. One more kill, and Vitality find themselves map up in a major grand finals. There it is, 16-6. The pressure is off. Their first showing, a golden moment, surrounded by...
Бай-раундов вообще Gamer Legion не взяли.
Они забрали 2 пистолетных раунда из 2 возможных,
да,
и сразу же отдали форсы максимально быстро. То есть там у Сью...
Падает ситуация 2 в 3. Можно попробовать. Получится ли у игроков команды Gamer Legion? Понятно, АМ, есть еще один минус. Будет ли еще один? Нет, Дюпри. Раунд Виталити забирают. Вот вроде пытаются зацепить.
Стандартные мысли исполняли игроки команды.
2 в 2. Апекс и Дюпри против
всего у нас это все-таки 16-6. Дмитрий был прав. Подкрывает свою позицию, но это все-таки никак не порешало. Ну что, первая карта заканчивается у нас с победой команды Vitality на пике команды Gamer Legion. И дальше мы будем с вами смотреть карту под названием Денюк, на которой Vitality чуть-чуть
сильнее.
Я так раздосадован тем, что мои предположения начинают сбываться о том, что этот финал будет максимально предсказуемым и скучным.
Может быть такого, что у тебя чел в защите, ну, раза 4 или 5 у тебя находится в спине. Ну, просто это банально не может быть.
Backstab, arriving at the perfect moment.
When we draw, it's gonna be feeling way worse than we are drawing them.
It'll be very stupid of anyone to underestimate anyone behind Mars. They are so sharp.
At some point we fucked up.
Everything can go wrong quickly.
You are guaranteed upsets the moment that first round starts.
We're like one game away, and it's just really important because if we lose this game, everybody's going home.
Why didn't they win a major? I think you want to get rid of that conversation.
Leaving with the last major title, it would mean everything to me. Nobody's gonna come take that away from you. Nobody's gonna say they ever won the last one. You fucking did it.
And this is the last chance in CSGO at least to do it. We're almost there, but now the pressure is here. I mean, that's why we play.
The moment that like the first bullet fires, like
it's war.
If you're not motivated now, you probably never will. I wake up every morning to win, and I work to win, and I live to win. I'm fucking ready.
And fucking ready they were on the server indeed. The Hive thriving on this first map as they completely crush Gamer Legion in the palm of their hands. Overpass, the pick of their opponents in this one as well. We can see how well drilled Gamer Legion were on Overpass previously. Vitality said, hell no, we are stealing this one from under your nose.
I think that's going to be a theme of the disc. Everything we feared going into this grand final kind of transpired. We talked about Kios having been underperforming against Heroic. We'll talk about that later. We discussed the veto as well. We saw it as a bit of a mistake, perhaps, not to jump on the opportunity of going with Mirage, picking into Overpass, starting on a T side in this setting against Vitality. Turned out it wasn't the right move for Gamer Legion.
Absolutely, I agree with you, Jacob. It just feels like Vitality on the CT side of Overpass can create such an unstoppable momentum, and they have done it once again. I think that Spinks on Overpass was probably the first map where, to me, the puzzle started making sense. He had a couple of maps where it was a little bit complicated.
end for Gamer Legion, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're gonna have a look at round 9 and round 10, and it starts out with a bit of back and forth right here. It's 6-2, and the game is by no means decided at this point, right? Gamer Legion have a decent chance. Unfortunately, the spray doesn't connect. We have a 2v2 right here. Atypical for ZywOo, misses the shot, the 2v1, and we're about to see the worst clutch I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not gonna lie, it's just a mess. It's the nerves, it's the states. I don't know what's going on. Neither of the two wants to win, but Apex doesn't. Now, the thing I want you to notice right here is, of course, Vitality goes up 7-2, but if you stop the clip right here, take a look at the economy. Had Vitality lost that round, they would have been in a very dicey place economy-wise. Gamer Legion could have had their way in, but then this round happened.
Absolutely, we can roll the clip. This is a breaking point for Gamer Legion here. You see the reaction from Vitality is very scripted. The good Molotov from Magisk, the flash coming in to help Dupree. He gets the kill, wait for the second flash. That's Apex's assist we have here. And even if Magisk falls, Dupree goes in once again on ZywOo's flash this time around. So there was such a layer in the defense. And when the scoreline is 8-2 then, and it's a full eco for Gamer Legion, you almost feel like it's done.
That was the one opportunity they had. Had they won that clutch, Gamer Legion would have had a chance to make the game competitive, but they didn't.
Well, we've had our say on round 10. So, Danny, what did you notice about that round over at the Mahone Zone?
Yeah, so let me talk about some of the smaller details in this round. So the devs already broke it down, but I'm going to talk about it again. So first thing we want to pay attention to, in this B push, notice right here that as this B push comes in, Dupree's position here is key towards the pillar, because Dupree over here, playing behind the pillar, is one of the best ways to defend against a B push, because often when teams hit B, they throw flashes always on the left side, always towards that monster side. By playing behind the pillar, it allows them to play anti-flash. This is what allows them to find the first kill. That's why he doesn't get blinded at all. Now, the second thing is that after he gets that kill, Magis also throws this Molotov. This Molotov is a great counter because what it does is it separates the push. Shui comes in alone here, and he's separated from the rest of his pack here. That ultimately sets up Apex to throw this flash here that we mentioned earlier. These flashes, because of the combination of that Molotov, it allows Dupree to take a very isolated 1v1 fight. And it's all thanks to this Molotov right here. And it doesn't stop, because ZywOo, he also throws another flash. And with this flash, this does two things. First thing, it allows Dupree to then peek off that flash to catch these players towards Monster, but as well, it allows ZywOo to essentially take his spot to watch short, and they can cover both sides at the same time. It works out perfectly here. ZywOo finds one up to short, and then Dupree finds this player towards Monster, and then Apex is here to clean it up. So ultimately, it's really the utility usage and just the positioning that Vitality had that made their B hold just so strong.
I love the look at the finer details that Mahone managed to pull out in that particular round. And again, another number that we're looking at that unfortunately just doesn't favor Gamer Legion in this one was the opening duels. It is not pretty for their opponents.
We played 22 rounds, and Gamer Legion only found an opening kill in 4 of those rounds. One of them being the clutch where they lost to Apex. So 3 of the rounds they had an opportunity of converting that opening kill into a round, and it's just not enough. If you're playing Vitality on a stage like this, you're already the underdog. You're nowhere near as good as Vitality individually speaking, at least from what we've seen so far. So you need openings, you need favorable situations, and Gamer Legion didn't have any whatsoever in this game.
They absolutely did not. We have the crazy scenes as we can speak here in the arena. People are catching on fire, but someone who was definitely not on fire in this game was Ima for Gamer Legion. Where is the superstar that we talked about? Where is the player that we hyped up so much? Rightfully so, with an absolutely superb performance up until this point. You talk about the opening duels. On the T side, he's usually involved in 30 to 35% of these. He's the one that's the can opener. He's the Akinder of that lineup, if you will. And I have to agree, he's been silenced in that first map. He never really get it going. At a couple of moments, maybe once with the AK, we had that like aesthetic little one tap towards CT spawn, but this was more cosmetic than it truly meant anything concrete. So Ima, unfortunately, hasn't really spread his wings in that final, and that's an issue for Gamer Legion.
Let's move on to talk about the next map that is going to be coming up in this grand final series. That is the pick of Vitality, and it is going to be Nuke. And Matthew, you preface this. This has not been a pretty map if you're the side of Gamer Legion.
Listen, you're looking at Vitality on a 10-map win streak on Nuke as well. The last time Vitality lost Nuke on LAN was against Heroic in the Blast Spring group. That was a long time ago. And it's one of the few maps where they have perfected their T side. And I know from talking to Apex as well, this has been one of the deep key of their work. They've put in the T side of Overpass, the T side of Vertigo, and Nuke, because they wanted to have that strong weapon. And now they're punishing. Gamer Legion have done a good job at avoiding Nuke for a while, but there is nowhere to hide. You're in the grand final, you're going to get punished.
There is nowhere to hide right now. Vitality are looking very, very strong on Nuke. As you said, They seem to win it every single time they play it. There's one player I want to put under the spotlight right here, and it's not to ruin the good mood once more, but Kios, we spoke about him coming into this game. He had a very rough showing against Heroic, and he had a very rough showing on the first map. He is needed.
He's missing.
He's missing, right? He's needed. If Gamer Legion wants to stand a chance of making Nuke competitive, perhaps pushing in a third map, every single player, and that's Kios as well, will need to step it up. I just did some calculations and some quick math. Against Heroic and Vitality in the semi-final and the final, he's played 103 rounds of Counter-Strike, and in those rounds, he only had
Yes, it is time. It is time to queue up Nuke to jump into that second map between Vitality and Gamer Legion, the map that for all we know could be the very last map at a CSGO major. Paris, you have been a world-class crowd. You have shown every element of what we hope to see when a major comes to your city. And so this cheer, this one is for you. Paris, give it up for yourselves! Il y a du culture au Paris. Let's go.
There's one thing this crowd does well. It's having fun, and that's the most important thing of all. Gamer Legion couldn't find that version of themselves on Overpass, and now we'll have to do the impossible and try to win on Nuke.
Quick little peek back offside of Heaven, drop down from Isaac. If you're gonna actually make this series anywhere competitive, you better get some CT rounds here. The analyst desk putting A-Core's performance under a spotlight. Mentioning that this is his lowest rated map, that for the Legion he is not there. And that draws one piece of their winning recipe off of the table. Feels to me like that's more pressure on him, on Ima, who's able to draw this back with the dual Berettas, gets his fight up top, throws caution to the wind, and he finds himself a third. He has single-handedly ripped Vitality apart inside of this pistol, and he's done it with those dualies. Apex strikes them down from above, and now we've got ZywOo in the clutch versus A-Core. Op v Op. Slowly, he gets closer. Slowly, the clash sets. Peaks are there, and it is A-Core that will give Gamer Legion Legion exactly what they need. 3 for 3, folks. Every single pistol in this series.
But don't get excited because they haven't won a conversion yet. Pistol is a great start. But the instant collapse out of Gamer Legion on both sides of Overpass. And they normally have trouble on the pistols, not the NT Ghost, not the rifle rounds. Nuke will only be a bit harder. So Vitality, arguably the best nuke team in the world at the moment, sitting on an 8-map streak, taking down G2, Big twice, end phase. They would be one of the teams to make rounds like this possible, but with no bomb plant, no investment. So we'll see how many Gamer Legion can keep alive. Or maybe how many the Deagles can put away.
Yeah, this time, of course, it's no Kevlar, no util. It's really the bare bones Vitality. A fine moment for Ima to shine. Ronders, finally, he posts up a negative map on this entire major. He has been so consistent.
It seemed impossible. Now we know that he's human.
For this series to have started, and for ZywOo to not have been the highest rated player at the event seems impossible.
Yeah.
And if you had told me it was Spinks, then I would say, all right, then the formula all came together. There are other stars. Second LAN in 2023 from the Romanian, who has just burst into the spotlight. Gamer Legion will do what they couldn't on Overpass and convert with the pistol. They need this.
And ZywOo has been doubted in playoffs, of course. Hasn't had that many opportunities. 3 finals since he became a rookie in 2019. And across all the biggest tournaments, and only tournament wins that Vitality have, it's been ZywOo. ZywOo and ZywOo again to win the MVPs. I believe they allowed Spinks to raise that trophy at Pro League, but ZywOo still the MVP.
The humble king. Smoking a flash and a full exec Vitality, gonna crank that dial. Tempo to a 10. Isaac's backside sprays, can't manage, but a push. Ima tries to throw himself into it, as does that flank from Lobby, and neither will succeed. Leaves Shuhei down beneath.
It's a massive confidence play out of Vitality, and that's part of the playbook that Gamer Legion can't go to. You know, when we talk about these teams and how good they are, we've seen such fantastic maps out of them. But of course, it doesn't run that deep. We saw Apex have problems in the veto yesterday, not being able to play Ancient. Gamer Legion having to face Nuke, also trouble for them. Maybe if they knew they'd be in a major final, they would have worked even harder. But honestly, these teams that have been grinding on the down low in the tier 2, I don't even know how they work so hard in the first place. Maximizing their time at home to build up for an explosive moment like this. A massive opportunity.
The biggest of their lives.
To deny Vitality in Paris. I love the call. They flex the upper hit early on in the half. If they really are this good on Nuke versus the top teams and they have a strong upper hit, why shouldn't they use it on Gamer Legion? They should not be well versed enough to stop this. They might have had to cram for this test, squeeze in as much nuke practice as they possibly could, because, as was brought up on the desk, they have done a great job of avoiding vetoes that end themselves here. But now they got to face the music, and it's the Vitality fans singing.
Ima gargoyling on the top of this ramp has gone unchecked. A beautiful moment. 5-7 snaps, 2 kills from the corner, and a third with just the sidearm.
There he is, aim high, me high. Says never ever, shoot below the neck.
Bout time on top of that. Welcome to the series, welcome to the grand finals. With the least of all the weapons. He pulls off 4. Ooh, Gamer Legion needed something like that. He's spoken with so much confidence about his ability to even play at this level. Ima has exuded that confidence. And there are many players who can talk a big game.
Everyone likes to talk.
There are fewer who can play with the bar and a see you later, Apex.
When he first walked out on stage, it sounded like booing. But now we know that he has fans. He's earned them here in the arena. He's earned them internationally. And I talked to some Heroic fans that are now Gamer Legion fans. That transference of power, it was earned. They should be respected for that victory. There was nothing lucky about it. And it came off the back of one of the most unbelievable rifle performances that we've seen out of Imma. A 1.40 rating on top of Heroic. Turned him into light work.
Emo with the peek denied. Not the best hardware here for Vitality, but given that chance, we just talked about his confidence, for him to run up into lobby, for him to take that fight to Vitality, and for him to falter on it, has suddenly put this consistent streak of round wins into question. Apex presence shown from Secret. Looks to continue on down, and Isaac will shut him off, not allowing him to join his teammates with said bomb inside the site with the plant there too. It is only 2 left for Gamer Legion, and both would hope to live, but Spinks has other ideas. Shuts off the lobby exit. Acor, you may hide. You may run for the hills. But it is Vitality hot on your heels as this game goes 3-2.
Yeah, so even though Vitality here, still only 2 rounds, both full rifles, and made them look like very confident wins. They won on multiple fronts. It was a cute in-between play out of Isaac, but outside of that, full control of the situation here on T-side. And Acor can't even find a little extra gift at the end of the round, and now his life is maybe in jeopardy, though. Couldn't ask for a better save location. Maybe spray him down through the walls. But he'll survive it. The M4 grandfathered forward into a round with no other guns. Will we be welcomed into the Acor arena finally here on Nuke? They've tried to set him up before as the one gun. But Acor can be timid. Acor very low on opening attempts. Every reason in the world to go for it in this situation. And no expectation to win, that's the other thing. Let's see if Shuhei sets him up.
Acor quick trade. Love the aggression. Love the fact that he's not shying away. You just alluded to it. The possibility of him falling silent. But Apex will survive that pistol point blank.
Yeah, that could have been a mistake.
But as they pause, there's more pressure. Acor will get shut down as Magisk just set above, giving cover to the other side. Emo with the Zeus and a dink off the pistol. But a rapid response from Vitality to tie this game at 3 apiece.
I like that we got some ferocity out of Imma. If anything, you know, if things really go that far south, you still, based on how well he's played to this point, even again versus the number 2 ranked team, maybe the favorite to win this, he had no struggles. He's someone who's shown that he can punch upwards. And it certainly feels like we're going to be talking about this player for a long time. His stock could not be higher right now. But that doesn't shy his focus. There's only one objective here tonight.
Ooh, got him.
And that's the top heads. Acor will help him out.
Shuhei over top of the smoke finds Apex. Weapons make a world of difference for Gamer Legion. And insurance policies already in place. Do Vitality dare to drop down to that B site? Will ZywOo have to double back, check flank? The possibility that Gamer Legion are right behind them seem clear. Isaac needs to be the pillar of this hold. His help in Shuhei split between 2 spots, responsibility shared. And the longer Vitality wait,
oh, it's an early push.
The more aggressive Gamer Legion get. Backs turned, and nobody there to watch it. 2 easy kills out of Kiosk. And ZywOo, he's fall victim to the MP9. Ema sits in position and continues this strong start, if only just one. A critical frag. Shut down ZywOo fast.
Absolutely. The demon from below here in the vents to catch them on their fall off. Acor, a specialist, a surgeon in those moments. Shots like that is exactly what he was made to lock down. And so now Gamer Legion win a very solid rifle. It's a slightly mixed buy with the MP9, but a huge confidence victory overall. Good wins from Vitality so far, but not dominance numerically in this half. Not like we saw in Overpass.
Love the fact that CT press out from ramp did catch them off guard. Just goes to prove Gamer Legion not afraid in these moments. But fire at the feet of Isaac makes it uncomfortable. Support up above. More of it coming in from main, but here comes Vitality's onslaught. It's an attempt, and it's a near double. Dupree can't get that heaven kill, and Shuhei, he'll use this chance to claw it back. Dupree's alive and fighting! The Eternal strikes down 3. Ema from within the smoke draws it back. Zaiwu drop bomb down with him. Acor, where is he? No health, and Apex can't manage it. It falls on Dupree. No ace, no 4K. Shuhei saves them.
It's all Emma, 16 and 5. Locking off their rotation point down to the lower side. Everybody loves to go there when things go south upstairs. Emo with a massive play, Shuhei with the flash in, and that helps a ton too. 3 could have died in heaven just to Dupree. But even with those entries, no round 1, and the game isn't finished. Gamer Legion started 0-2 in challengers to make it to this point. That's by winning maps they weren't supposed to.
Ooh, but meet Spinks as Acor catches Dupree yet again, 2-0 in that duel from top silo to back blue. But even a little presence shown starts to draw a single A player back. Assistance needed for the Opper. In the face of what is just pistols. Acor scours the top side again. Apex sure to keep his head down for as long as possible. And any kind of support or distraction that he can offer, a Deagle taken in the place of the P250 just set up Zaiwu. However, Acor makes sure that there is no funny business outside, and so the only thing left here for Vitalite is to move elsewhere. Into the hands of Shuhei, they will peek. Nice little scrambled attempt. It does get one behind box, and it flusters Shuhei down into the B site. A little to work with.
Oh, the timing is so good where they test the approach and now slink it down.
But Launders, we already have a player back.
This is an excellent rotation out of Shuhei. He takes a risk in getting all the way back site, but does he get spotted?
Ooh, not without taking 2. Yeah, Spinks covered in the blood of Magisk. And Apex splattered right there with him. It is Gamer Legion to 6.
And you know what, Shuhei, if anything, when we saw him on Overpass, he didn't have the most unbelievable scoreline, but he was getting kills that made it look like he wasn't nervous. And now he's got a friend. He's finally got Imma back as a second core rifler on this team. Now Acor doing his part outside, still somewhat untested. When there's ops in play, rifles will come in on this round. And we'll really get a chance to see how ready he is for Vitality's nuke.
He wants it. And you'll get a taste of Apex with support right behind him on both ends of this. Acor's pinched. But a caged feed can sometimes be dangerous. Zaiwu and Apex take headshots.
Both pop like souffles.
As Shuhei falls down, he doesn't even hit the ground, but dies midair. And leaves a door ajar for Vitality to get right back into this T side to get that lead down to only 2.
They know Spinks has unlimited patience, but reading the map is going to be equally difficult for both sides. This is when it becomes a matter of timing. Vitality have an edge though. Man up and the ability to pick one choke point to try to attack. If they read it correctly, Gamer Legion won't even have a chance to retake. A solid enough hold and maybe we get a 1v1 in the end. The time burns down and decisions must be made.
30 on the clock. An unknown path into either bomb site. Defenders could be around any single corner. Any position could be preoccupied, and we see Vitality just call it right. They walk right in.
That was such a perfect position to hold as well for the upstairs hit. Late squeaky is such a common maneuver. Kios tries to get ahead of it, but now they know.
And with so much free space, Spinks is able to slip back into a position that would have cut off Isaac had he gone for his first possible route, but instead he takes the high ground. From the top of the tower, he looks to fall down in. Magisk beneath him. A smoke on the paint can to open a possibility, but just as quickly as it shows itself, Apex cuts off the other end. Gamer Legion were nowhere to be found in this mid-round moment. Dare I say it, scared.
And they let Apex relieve the tension. He's having a great series so far. You've got to give him credit. Another multi-kill out of him. A great mid-round call to get 2 out of Hut. Slow through Squeaky and still have the smoke into main. Could have died to his spam on that hard line from Big Garage. But they go through with no casualties in the 3v2. Imma, as the important one, gets shut down immediately outside. And it says something that it's Apex with a Galil of all things. Not the easiest gun to win versus Imma. Not in this match.
Beautiful.
Yeah, amazing work. I learned the Golden Hornets, they assembled themselves and then came to Vitality and said, we have that passion. We want to make something happen. And now they've captured the attention of the entire CS world. Seen them at multiple CSGO events. That's really all that you can ask for. When the players are on stage, they're playing for you. They might deliver you the moments that you get excited about, but they wouldn't even try if you weren't there to watch. Remember that.
Back in game. Fast fight set. Acor did just take a quick glimpse through Hut, but didn't see anything for it. Meanwhile, Apex wastes no time. Dupree, he's going to go in through Mini. Acor's there to stop it with that off. He's not even near him. It's smoke spam where Spinks prevails. There are fights everywhere. A battleground across Nuke. A support system for Zywoo, and a chance for Kios if he wants to press out. This is an adaptation being shown from Gamer Legion. Not one, but 2 big greens.
Oh my God.
And that second one could catch them off guard if there is any attempt to move this back, seeing as they have already found out that Acor was inside that bomb site. Shuhei's in between them, and it's Acor who does lock it down. The double loss paying off. Apex tries to reclaim it. He peeks yet again, but that secondary sniper. And Kios, no stranger to struggles on this big stage. This grand finals has not been kind to him, but round 11 of map 2 has his name stamped across it.
A shame they had to turn up after their map pick had been won by Vitality, but it's looking good here on Nuke. I love the call out of Vitality. The fast main split to really put pressure on upstairs. Repurposed from their upstairs hit that was a little bit more simple into Zywoo fanning off when things didn't go right with their opening kill. That's a complicated situation that can stress the communication on the CT side and make even the best teams crumble. That's what Nuke is all about on the T side, and still Gamer Legion figured it out. They stayed composed.
Fast peek. Can he do it again under this much pressure? It's just a leg shot. He'll at least finish off Dupree, and the A1S from Shuhei draws them in. It's 2.5 kills out of him. A stellar enough defense that leaves Vitality limping elsewhere. Options are theirs. Choices to be made, and the slimmest bit of skin. Imma gets ever closer. He is on high alert. He knows that they are right there, prime for the popping. An 8th round taking. Imma will continue this tear.
Oh man, so good. And I mean, I love the outpost maneuver here from Gamer Legion. To have the rifle push up under the cover of the op on that train line to hold down the left side of the door. That spot is good for both fights, but it sucks when you don't have one or the other covered. Usually it's a smoke or molly, and that can even be run through. But in op, Acor can guarantee to Imma, I have your back. You trust me on this? You're going to have a great fight on your hands. And he puts himself also in position to take over ramp if it ends up being the upstairs site. Smooth moves out of Gamer Legion.
Yeah, 8-4-2. Oh, but ZywOo. Who else?
Oh man, just such a game-changing frag right there. Into the upgrade at 1:30.
However,
they need to do something.
Oh no, Apex now has the angle. Thought to myself, maybe Ema would run that chance. It would have gone shrouded in secrecy as the smoke still remained, but now fully exposed.
Now, this is interesting. Do they call a bluff? I mean, they know Vitality are coming in low on utility. Taking the lower site in this situation can be extremely difficult, even with nades.
What CTs are down here?
But they're frozen in place. I think they
don't buy it. They don't believe it. We're talking about an MP9 at the base of the ramp, and that is it in sight. But a missed chance from Dupree. And an inkling as to what's really going on. Ema's patience pays off. He catches the back of Apex, and Isaac will slaughter Spinks. It is ZywOo, but on the op. This man on this weapon is what strikes fear in the hearts of nearly every single Counter-Strike player across the world. Given a chance to shine, ZywOo will make you pay the price, but he's gonna have to do everything in this one. Door swung, thirds hit. Oh, but point blank he falters. And every single kill you believed.
Oh, when you close the door, they thought they had a chance to breathe. But it's another shot that comes in, but one missed. Absolutely no help on this round. Lots of shots coming through. But that Deagle killing 2 more. The 3 frags to scare Gamer Legion. Vitality trying to put up whatever half that they can at this point. And oof. We're gonna call that a close call. That's absolutely when it gets scary. The rounds that Vitality have won are great, but there's only 4. They've been pulling off the rifle victories, but right now, even though this has been as a team, Apex is their top fragger with 9 frags. Nobody is positive on the T side so far.
No, this is a struggle across the camp.
Meanwhile, can we say we've got vintage Ima?
Yes.
Ima of yesterday.
The man who was meant to take it to Vitality.
Insane.
The challenger.
Aim High Mihai is back.
The
on 20.
Deadlift, carrying this team at the moment. That's all you need. One star who shines brighter than every other star-studded roster of Vitality. Down by 5. CT side awaits them. 2 more rounds to play out. Shuhei goes for the spam. The frag grenade should find something. Sure enough, bits of chip damage done to 2. But it is still a similar scene to what we got in that last one. And I would say that with Vitality feeling as comfortable as they did on B, with no challenge coming out of Gamer Legion's rotate downstairs, then why wouldn't you play this again? But the difference is Ema. Quick glimpse, catches Apex with his side turn. His teammates coming in from control, but does he even need help? Not so far. Does it all. And Spinks back inside of the lobby will be turned elsewhere. There is nothing left for Vitality in round 14.
Looking like Snake in that vent. I can't believe he pulled that off after getting spotted. Usually, you get the first kill easily. Then the refrag comes in. Instead, the pre-aim to the other side of the vent. It's beautiful.
Just so fast. Apex simply can't react fast enough.
At this point, Matt just doesn't even have to engage. He knows that Ima's going to die to this molly if he stays in it, but it's such a done deal. He decides to peek. And its body's littered all over lower as Vitality came through with the early game plan, crossed outside with no friction, got into secret, downstairs, had almost everything in place, but had no answer for this new star in Ima. The consistency is unbelievable. Rivaling some of our best in terms of playoff runs in history. The 10 years that we've seen.
A player with no history looks to slip his name into the final chapter, the tail end of CSGO. and we will be left talking about him. And after that first map, it felt like he was toast. It felt as though this stage finally broke him. But you look at the scoreboard right here, right now, 23-8. 13 kills on Shuhei, nobody else in double digits. A smoke on the hut door to block things off, and he just stays perched for now. The final attempt for Vitality's T-side to try and break through what has been a stellar defense, but a defense from one man.
Free smoke comes in on Squeaky. Congregation of the T's in one place, with just holding an angle. Adjust the spray. Isaac down.
Quick move.
They anticipate a second player.
No split out though. Ema's still very comfortable in his own. That utility starts to fade here for Gamer Legion. Meanwhile, Vitality still with a few on their belt.
The deep molly from Acor is excellent to make it seem like he could have rotated in deeper. And
one could assume that this man advantage, Launders, would be enough to close it, but with a whole pack down through ramp, they will play this shoulder to shoulder into the hands of Ema. On the other end, Kiosk, pressure from both sides of this bomb site, and then the time is that overarching issue. We've got 15 seconds as the digits get punched. Shuhei catches space. This one's for 5, and it seems to go down smoothly. Finally, Vitality will crack the nut one last time. This B site, it is their opening. They felt it in the last couple of rounds, and they were finally able to approach it from the other end to put themselves into such a great position. Acor 5 health, 4 opponents, and nowhere to go. But Gamer Legion have shown us that they are here to play. The brightest star in the server is Ema. We'll see what they have in the next half. Welcome to the server, Ima. Finally, a star-studded performance out of him. When that first map felt so quiet, he burned brighter than the rest. Serious business now for Gamer Legion. You have a T-side ahead of you. You have 5 rounds over your opponent. And a difficult job at hand, no doubt. With the legends that are on this Vitality roster, with this crowd stacking the Acor Arena to the brim. This is Vitality versus Gamer Legion. This is the Blast TV Paris Major!
And you are aiming to be the best crowd for this last show. As Vitality try to put together a CT side.
ZywOo from the corner. Oh, stabs him! 2 frags out of him is great. Apex's nade hones one down, and dupreeh used that moment to slip up close. That's gonna shy Shuhei back towards ramp. They don't have the bomb on them, and dupreeh has caught him. A pistol round for the first time in this series. Pistol to Vitality.
Ooh. Pistol to Vitality. CT side nuke, the litmus test for all elite oppers in history. ZywOo stepping up to the plate. One of his best sides on any map over all these years. Contributing to their 8-0 win streak right now. 100% win rate for Vitality. Gamer Legion put up an amazing first half on their CT side. But it's entirely possible Vitality could do the same. And it doesn't look like a denial of conversion on the second round. On the 4th pistol is going to be possible for the Legion.
Pistol's not concerned with making noise. Their presence revealed. Their positions expected. And still Vitality give them that bit of space. Nice run boost. Oh no, Acor. Broken femurs. dupreeh and ZywOo pop back up. It's a good amount of money for dupreeh.
Yeah.
It's ZywOo in with 1 and a clean conversion for Vitality.
Yeah, that's an awful way to go. But instantly into the buy up here, our Gamer Legion. It's time to adjust the tie. Gamer Legion low. This lead is flimsy. And within seconds, it could disappear. And they also know this could be something of a bonus that they can chew through. Really jeopardize Vitality's chances at a comeback. Let's see if they can do it. 5 AKs here versus 2 MP9s and a FAMAS in support of the 2 rifles. 2 M4s left here from Vitality. Ima, how long can he keep dancing?
Right, and I mean, how long before anybody else can step up alongside him?
Hey, he could be an excellent player, but when you get naded down that low, things only get a little harder.
Bullets just off the mark. High likelihood for the ramp play to come out. Let's see what Magis can handle. He sticks around, tries to cut them off. A little bit awkward, loses his teammate, sprays down 2. And that A1S betrays him. Gun goes dry. Still, an immense amount of damage, considering his closest rotate fell empty-handed. Apex offered nothing, and Magisk recovered.
And again, perfect at taking back space, but honestly, good move from Gamer Legion as well.
Patience, as the eyes of ZywOo gleam. Ready for this play. Outer Ima sliding forward, just found his gap. And I believe they've exchanged glances. ZywOo wants to press out, but he's lost track of him as bomb is planted on that backside. Vitality could be the victim. The same thing they've done to Gamer Legion suddenly looms ahead. dupreeh and Spinks with lesser weapons than the 3 alive on Gamer Legion, not to mention they're not even close enough to sight.
How does he make it happen? Naded down to that low at the beginning of the round. It has to be his first bullet. Getting a timing on even ZywOo, of all players. And with that, the retake's coming in if the Zyborg doesn't get caught right there. And instead, Gamer Legion touch 11.
And ZywOo knew. He saw that sliver, but he was so concerned about there being another teammate.
And he
luckily
didn't know.
for Gamer Legion, they can leave Ima alone.
Yeah, and Ima, went forward, pushing into credit instead of going back to single, looking for some different level of lurk. And the perfect awareness to come back in for another duel, even with these nades.
That's crazy.
He survives to get this kill. Unbelievable. Sometimes it does feel like San Andreas when ZywOo's in the server. Nade in hand again to assist, to punish the push.
Ooh. ZywOo's got him now. He's making a ton of sound.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. The push with the flash.
Back.
Oh, it's a multi.
ZywOo's got that fresh mag ready for some more. Ready for a third serving. How many courses to this meal as ZywOo pops right back up. Just one after another. To hell with your force buy win. They've put ZywOo at the front of it. Not even with his AWP, but just flashy with the rifle. And I'll also argue Gamer Legion somewhat spread out. Timing and tethering that afforded ZywOo a chance to peel off each player one at a time and took every single one of them down without taking a single bit of damage back. ZywOo just pulled off that 3K perfectly.
Oh man, that was flawless. The movements right there, trusting the flash, the hunt down Imma, the game plan read of Gamer Legion to send him out solo, use him like a Nico, an electronic, identifying there's no one back there to hold the push, punishing off the read, not playing standard and waiting around for perfect advantages. That's what granted Vitality this round. The cover from above, shot down by ZywOo too. And now Isaac alone in the save. So great rounds, but an even more excellent follow-up here from Vitality as they stay with 5.
Isaac just looking to hang on for dear life. Oh, the ramifications of losing this one. One thing if you're able to just look at a single pinpoint moment where something could have gone your way.
And he's lucky to die before time. Again, the flashes have been perfect here for Vitality. T timeout call now as Gamer Legion. They'll talk things over on the eco, and we do have ingenuity out of them, out of Shuhei, in rounds where they're half buying. They're going to bring an idea.
There's not a millisecond in that last round where Gamer Legion felt as though they had an opening, as though they had a chance, as though they had an answer to ZywOo. First timeout of 4, Gamer Legion getting through that first half so easily. They've kept the pauses stockpiled for this one. The biggest moment of each of their lives.
They spend this tack talking about round 21. Investment here, extremely limited. They bought at the end of spawn. We've got Kios on the Tech 9, 1 flash in store. They're waiting. There's going to be no serious game plan coming into this. We've seen what they can do on these Tech 9s. The room is quiet as they wait in anticipation, just in case.
Door open, met by smoke, debris, a little dance inside of the hut. But again, no util. Gamer Legion hoping a mistake is made, but I would argue Vitality have done a great job this series of minimizing exactly those moments.
Yeah. Opportunity and tragedy can sometimes shake hands. Vitality need to be very careful, even with these better guns.
That's all they've got. A chance to press out ramp. It's an easy cleanup here for Magisk. ZywOo here, support with him, and Vitality will shudder in the face of pistols. It's going to take much more than that.
And when do we talk about stories that might become finalized in this match? Vitality with the journeyman of Dupree, with ZywOo looking for his first chip, and to do it in Paris with the dip, baby. He can taste it now. 7 rounds is what they need. Nuke is what they wanted. Overpass is what they have, and that's in the past. And now this lead has all but vanished. Gamer Legion, they took that tack a round to go to talk about this. What's going to be the play?
A-Core first and foremost. He's got support behind him. Pimp brought it up pre-game. A-Core's impact is not felt on Nuke. He needs to change that here and now, or this map and this match will forever haunt him. No skin shown so far. You can hear the rumblings of this presence out of Vitality. Ooh, he peeks it.
Clean shot.
And he catches the shoulder of Apex. All he needs for an opening 5v4, but a response immediately out of Vitality as they start to move their pieces.
Such precision on that sliver angle, not even a wall bang on that kill. You know, that's what A-Core can show off sometimes.
And now Shuhei gets his chance at showing us his weight. What does he call in a 5 versus 4? The advantages in this map have been far and few between so far on this T side, and he's got one in his hands, a golden opportunity for Shuhei to deliver the right strategy alongside A-Core's op. They will burn ever so slightly, and they will trudge down into the lower site, where at least Spinks awaits them. But already able to cross to the bomb site. Isaac, instantaneous. And a spray out of Zywoo that won't find its mark. Gamer Legion with a 5v4 make the most of this rare moment. And they'll pull back their lead.
A-Core says, welcome to my arena. An opening one off of the run boost into a slight push, but cheated across Big Garage into a great kill on Apex, a hard shot. He makes him look so simple, but the fact that it wasn't even a wall bang, again, that precision. And then the trade coverage as they got into ramp. We saw Magus do damage even when he's missed the timing on the cross with his multi-frag spray downs. That A-Core's got 20/20 vision. And so Gamer Legion's lead grows once again.
Just to sustain this, just to keep Vitality at arm's length.
But Vitality, they still have so much left over.
Give Emo more runway. Give A-Core his chances. And he had 2 of them this round, didn't miss his moments. A clean one out of Isaac to also just keep that momentum rolling into the B bomb site. You can see Shuhei with a nod, yes. 1 added to the tally. A crack in Vitality's defense. We can sit here and praise Vitality all day long as they've managed to get to the grand finals, but every single map historically on this run gets into the double digits. This will be no different. This will be no different.
It's the kind of round that turns into late smokes outside, but at the moment, as we can see, Kiaz is the only one holding one. There might be a forced commitment in this position. One more smoke comes down in front of Squeaky. They'll have to wait. And they haven't optimized completely for the upstairs hit as Gamer Legion chill. Not seeing anything outside. Another smoke again. There's gonna be a ton of pressure on Spinks right now.
Yes, it will. Let's see what he can do, see whether he handles it. He changes position in those waning few moments right before the hit. The calm before the storm comes to an end. A very exposed position for Dupree. Falls down into the flames. Spinks locks it in. 2 frags off the AK. Bomb at his feet. Goes for another, and Isaac's gonna end him. But there are still layers here. He will not manage to catch it up top. And the only thing left for Gamer Legion with a mere 10 seconds on this clock is a chance to walk away.
Oh, they gave him so much space. They got confused. The upstairs hit comes in, but Spinks' reactions were perfect. He got rid of the incendiary, and that's honestly, your whole job is dodging the flashes and getting your utility out at the right times. You give yourself good angles, but there are so many ways for the T's to catch you off guard, and Spinks does a fantastic job alongside Dupree with the distraction, drawing the first bit of attention to lock it down from Tetris. And Apex also was a rotator that came up into heaven. He was playing outside, but he didn't see any cross smokes. This was a round again that Gamer Legion had low utility on. Even though they were stacked up, it was without smokes. And with that full vision outside and the time ticking down, there was no longer the possibility it could end Secret. So ZywOo said, it's probably going to be upper guys, but I got to stay here. I have the op on ramp. And they put 3 rifles in great positions to cover each other.
And you know, that feels to me exactly the same formula we got on Overpass when there were moments where ZywOo was just left inside the A site. When you have somebody as good as he is, who has such a constant read of what feels like every round, well then take all of your other players, stack them together, and surely between the 3, you will have enough of a hold. So it is non-consecutive round wins for Gamer Legion. It is a measly 2-round advantage. And once more, their economy on the line. They're going to crank that dial. Spinks under pressure. He takes a shot to the head, but between him and Dupree, they lock off 3. ZywOo in with 1 as well. That squeaky push is slaughtered. And Gamer Legion falter.
And that's everybody coming to the potluck with something. 4 kills between 3 players. 1 lonely man in A-Core.
What a gut-wrenching round. A-Core trying to take his team into that A site, hoping for some kind of an opening. You get nothing.
That's where it gets scary, man. Spinks, again, commendable with the consistency here in playoffs. While he is not the frag leader, the rating leader compared to ZywOo, he is up there. The newest addition to the team brought them Pro League. That victory helped them win Rio. That victory broke the curse for Vitality, took them to a new level. Proved to be worth every penny.
A game of millimeters and milliseconds. Oh! And at the end of the day, it's all about the left click, baby. A-Core looking to hang on for dear life. Jokes aside, very critical save for him to keep this off.
Yeah,
held for him to keep this round alive. Come on now.
Bomb is too far away, but yeah, the op coming forward is something.
All right.
Hey, he was the difference when they had that op on the run boost to get to the position they're in now. It was his 2K and the entry on the cross outside that made that possible. Even if it's seldom that he takes control of the round, it can happen. You don't want to consistently bet against it. A-Core, somebody on Mad Lion said, I don't feel the nerves. After the Apex 1v2, though, I'm not really sure exactly.
Yeah.
Seems like everyone's feeling something. And that's understandable, and that's okay. It's a big moment. A lot on the line.
Are they going to try it again? No, no, no. Just fast nades out of Isaac, that's all. What else does Shuhei have to offer us? Dupree with a nice angle. Utilities coming at him. Blinded. Fire down beneath. Oh, he's fumbling the moment. 2, 3, 4! Gamer Legion breakthrough, but ZywOo's up in heaven. And he's ready for the fight. He drops again. Surely not. But he pulled this off. Point blank kills Shuhei. He's got a second to his left, whether he knows it or not. Being hunted, he'll fall. Oh. Kiosk will not let this one get away from him.
No, no. That 1v4 was enough.
Woo.
The 1v5 would be unbelievable. The kills, even though that was flashy and a failed win, the kills do something here in the 1v5 position, but what an attack out of Gamer Legion. The torrential outpour of T's coming out at the same time of Squeaky and Hut. I did not feel like they had this ability to pull off an upper hit of this caliber. That's a great sign.
Dupree just crumbled under the pressure in that one. We see it from his perspective over his shoulder. Blind the whole time, frustration apparent, understandably. But you've got to recover emotionally. Magisk currently with one up close, the second to the back.
Oh my God.
And Ima just gets the headshot, not even.
It was a dink through the wall.
Oh, followed by the body.
Oh, but here he is.
Ready again. You saw a flash of it in the last round, but now A-Core's posted. Apex slides out, figures out where the other upper is. And with bomb down, ZywOo hunts.
With a few kilobytes, he can synthesize the data. The cyborg.
The peak that gets smoked off. Acor just tried to take it to them. You'd assume that's now 2 known to the Gamer Legion. An AWP and an M4 over towards this side. But the question mark is Isaac. At least they stopped the bomb. They know that drop down towards B. There are options here for both IGLs. And Isaac's getting ever closer. Between them, he's nearly slipped through.
They found what they were looking for, the final clue.
That just pushes Gamer Legion forward. That means now you need to take this bomb. You've got to try and grab this moment. You've got one out from control, a fight into the ramp room. Spinks getting ever closer, T-side turn, instant execution. Keon's back and down. It is Vitality with a 1-round difference.
Oh. You can see the concern on Zonic's eyes. You can see it. It's a tense moment. But they do a great job right there. Finding Isaac, buying time, letting ZywOo work. Just like Gamer Legion have done from Imma. But he certainly slowed down on the C side. More control here for Vitality on their comfort side. And some energy out of ZywOo. A CT timeout called now. Their third. Money in jeopardy here for Gamer Legion. A tie on the line with this round. And one step closer to closing out what could be the final map of the final major. But Gamer Legion have opened the playbook a little bit. We have some outside rounds that work. We have some individual moments from the Opper and Rifler on the team. Of course, Acor and Imma, and now they have an upstairs hit that they can fall back on. This game is not lost for Gamer Legion, even if it's close.
What a sad reality this one is, though, to do it with no Kevlar. Imma the only one protected, but we have seen Speak crossing over. Apex ready for the hits. ZywOo shaves Acor off the back. That's bomb down, folks. Bomb sits outside secret. And so with this pack of players rushing the bomb site, they're just looking for guns, anything to work with, but nothing will be found and everything will be taken, including their lead. Vitality to tie at 13. Of course you expect it. It was just pistols. You alluded to the playbook, to the strategies and the tactics that have put Gamer Legion ahead of the rest of the pack. These tier 2 teams have nothing on them.
We have Shuhei, who was born of the VP era, 2014, winning in Kato, into referencing Kerrigan as his idol IGL.
Into Kerrigan referencing Shuhei as the next best IGL.
Trying to build up into being a protege.
Oh!
Stamp his place here and get a final word in. But if you want to get into Kerrigan territory, it's moments like these that define you. Money is back in play for Gamer Legion, and they take a third timeout. If we're getting echoes of Kerrigan from Shuhei, this will be the round that we see it. He's already proved so much. This would just be a final confirmation.
And while other IGLs have faltered, Cadian couldn't do it. Who is Shuhei to take this away? The closing moments of CSGO here in the Acor Arena. Map 3 on the line for Gamer Legion. Glory awaits Vitality. But the buy is back.